Hey, have you ever mastered a compilation album? I'm in the process of doing this right now, and there's actually 3 albums that I'm remastering and putting together in a compilation album. And there's a couple problems that I ran into when I did that. Sonically, they sounded different. There was albums from different studios at different times. So I want to show you in this video how I dealt with that in the mastering process, specifically using Studio One. Let's jump in. Okay, so the first thing that I did when setting up this mastering project was to label all the tracks. You can do that over here. You just double click on any of the songs and just relabel them and then put them in the correct order. So Studio One automatically changes the order. It's really cool. So if you click on a song and you drag it, it'll move it, and you can see it also move down below. So let me play you some of these songs because I think it's really important to find a good flow when you're mastering a song, have the songs in the correct order, and this will just give you a feel. It's kind of a jazz record. Track 1, track 2, track 3. Track 6, 7, 8, track 9, and then track 10 is kind of a classical guitar song. Okay, so the first problem that I had was basically setting the levels. So because this was 3 different albums recorded in 3 different studios at 3 different times, and it was done 20 years ago, some of the levels were really off. So these songs over here were a lot louder than these 2 albums down here. So the way you can hear the loudness, or just visually see the loudness, is if you click on any point in the song and you play it and you stop it, it'll tell you over here how loud that part of the song is. It's negative 17 LUFS. And by the way, for most streaming platforms, Spotify and YouTube, we're going for about negative 14. I think Apple Music is negative 16 LUFS. And then you can go to the general song itself and you click on the loudness up here. So right now it says it's negative 14 LUFS, post effects, and then pre-effects is negative 17.5. Okay, so that is how you tell the basic loudness for the entire song. So I had to go over to these 3 songs, which were really loud because they had horns on them, and we just recorded those louder. And I actually brought down the level right here by clicking on the song, and you can see this fader is at negative 5.4. So you can just, the fader up top on each individual song, you can boost that or bring that down to kind of appropriate the levels for those individual songs. Hey friend, if you don't know me, my name is Eric Miller, and I help home studio owners and guitar players write and record amazing music. And I also wanted to let you know of a music production course I have. It's a complete course, everything from recording your first track all the way up into mixing and even mastering your music. So it's a complete course. You can get that by visiting the link in the description below. Okay, so the second problem I had was with EQ and basically getting the songs sonically to mix together. And again, these 3 songs have horns, so they were really bright, and the cymbals we used on the drums were just extra bright. Compared to, if you listen to this, it was a bit darker, and it had, a Rhodes piano sound, just a jazz guitar sound compared to those horns. So what I did with these 3 songs was I actually EQ'd them, and I brought down the high end. So if we look at the Pro EQ, you can see here that I just brought down that high end. This is with the EQ. Without the EQ. So it just brought down that high end to match the feel of the other songs. And then I went ahead and did that with the other the other two songs, pretty much the same EQ because it's the same horns, same cymbals. Now the last song was a real problematic because it was a classical guitar and totally different feel. And there was so much noise in this one. I didn't have the compressor on. So let me take off the effects so you can hear. Hear all of the hiss. Now if I put it back on, the effects, you can see I had to like do a little surgery in here and to take down some of the EQ actually that was allowing those frequencies to come through. So if I turn that off, you can hear a little bit. So the way I actually found it was actually they have a cool, if you go to the multi-band dynamics, let me turn off these effects here. The multi-band dynamics will let you hear just individual spectrum. So the highs, the mids, the high mids. So listen to this. That's just the high end. And you can hear all of that hiss in that. So I use this to kind of isolate some of those frequencies and then go back in with the inserts and use the Pro EQ to kind of surgically take those out. Hey, I hope that helped you in mastering or remastering a compilation album. Again, if you're interested in my Music Production 101 course, you can visit the link in the description below, and I will see you in the next video.